Hello, welcome to Beve with Ben, episode 82. Yes, I'm back. It's been a while. I am going to do my best in future to make this a bit more of a regular habit. I've been missing for a few months, really. I don't think I recorded since November, probably, just before Coast to Cozzy. A lot has been going on and a lot has happened, so I will do a bit of a recap podcast in the future, maybe when I have my time off next week after Tarawera and I get some more time to record. So stay tuned. But, alright, so the beer of choice for this episode, can't forget that, is Freshwater Brewing. They've come up with an IPA called the Green Room, and Freshwater Brewing is in Brookvale, Manly, so from the North Shore in Sydney. It was quite a nice drop. I've had got a 4-pack, which would have been back in November. So might have to do a couple of beer reviews in the next episode as well. But it was quite a nice drop. But won't bother going through what happened last week, what's happened this week, because there's just too much to recap and I don't have the time. So want to basically just chat more about Tarawera. So, alright, so we will start off with the miler. So we have a few runners racing the miler. We've got Linda, Mark, Mitch, Nicole, and am I forgetting someone? See, I shouldn't do this. I'm on the spot. I've actually got to do a list of all the athletes that are racing, because I'm going to miss everyone that's doing the 50k as well. But let's just break through the 100. So for the miler, it is an early start. There is a 2 to 3 hour time difference from when you obviously fly from Sydney to New Zealand. So that makes it a little bit difficult to get to bed early on that evening. But try and start now as of a Tuesday to get into a bit of a cycle with your sleep. That will help with the 1:30 rise on the Saturday morning. No point stressing the body out now. Just keep it nice and relaxed. Make sure you stick to your Training Peaks plan and rest when it says rest, and don't try and sneak in extra runs. And I saw someone saying body felt good, so went with it. Do not do that. Please just stay nice and relaxed. No need to push the paces for your easy runs now, and you're not going to be running at that pace for the miler anyway, so just take it nice and easy. For the miler, you want to feel like you're on a long run for at least 100 Ks. Once you get to 100 Ks, then I recommend then you're racing. So just stay nice and relaxed. You want to feel nice and comfortable. You don't want to be sparking your heart rate. You don't want to be pushing hard any earlier than 100k. You want to have legs in the 60k, otherwise it's just going to make it a little bit harder. And all you're going to do is, the beauty of Tarawera is break it down checkpoint to checkpoint. So you've got a checkpoint at 10k, 21k, 30k, 45k, 56k, 67. So that's all you need to do is focus on those sections. You've got a couple little hills at the start, so just make sure in that first sort of 5k when you're in that single track climbing up, just take it nice and easy. Just don't spark. Your heart rate's going to rise when you are climbing, but just try not to push it too hard. You want to just use your poles when you need it. And there's not too many big hills in Tarawera, but if you can just offload on slight little rises, you will save energy and you will have better legs in the back half. But just focus on the checkpoints. Make sure you're eating and drinking early, so don't get till 21k and start drinking and taking on nutrition, because it will be a bit of a shock to the system. And because you are out for such a long time, you want to make sure that you are keeping hydrated throughout and keeping your energies level up early as well. So just make sure you're aiming, if it's a litre of NAC or a litre of tailwind every 75 minutes, then stick to that. But roughly, as a rule of thumb, you want to aim for about a litre of fluid every hour to hour and a half, making sure you're probably getting 60, depending on the body type, it's 60 to 90 grams of carbs per hour. Now, there is that talk about high fuel, high carb, which you can, if you have been practicing that. But again, that's if you're holding a stronger threshold. If you're pushing the pace and you're able to consume extra carbs, then that's fair enough. But there's only, but just bearing in mind your heart rate and how hard you're pushing. So just making sure you're getting your energy levels, your carbs, your sodium, all up to scratch early on the race so you can maintain. But just, focus on that 10K. From 10K to 21K, it's sort of mixture of single track and fire trail. You're running out across to I think it's the Green Lake or Blue Lake, one of the two. But it's, quite flowing trail, anywhere from 21 to 30K. And then you sort of, the longest sort of slog is that 15K from Benn village, where you just, and again, that's a crucial point in the race where you need to make sure you are staying hydrated, staying fueled, because it's going to be starting to get warmer at that stage. You're going to be at the heat of the day between Burning Village and the Green Lake as well. So you want to make sure that you're keeping on top and feeling comfortable. But just try and make sure you're staying nice and relaxed the entire time. You sort of start to climb after 56K. You start a steady climb, and then you sort of come back down. And then when you leave Okatu, you go. That's probably the steepest climb you have, which is at about 70K. And then from 70K, you drop back down again. And then again, you're at 103 at Fenton Mill. You've got another steady climb all the way through before Okatana. So once you get to the 100K mark, you've still got a fair bit of work to do. There's probably more climbing in that section as well. So that's, again, why you need to make sure you've got the legs. So, use your poles when you need throughout the first 100K just to offload. You're saving 60% of energy and 60% load on your quads. So that's always a good rule of thumb. But just be patient through the whole race. Just stay nice and relaxed. If you struggle with nutrition a little bit, getting in, be flexible with nutrition. Make sure but you got to make sure you are drinking enough fluids as well. So if it's just you can't get solids in, just make sure you're trying to get extra fluids in with the NAC that's on course, so you're still getting something in as well. And just be patient with it. If you need to sit down for 20 minutes to get some food in or just to reset, just take that time to reset. You've got time. So just stay on top of that. Then once you get from 100K, it's much sort of the same as the first sort of 30 to 50, 60K. It's it's a little bit undulating. You're in a lot of single track. Once you hit Redwoods, it's all downhill from there. So it's going through from Miller all the way through to the Redwoods. It's quite a nice course. It's a bit of mixture of open fire trail with single track. So just enjoy that. When you leave Okatana, you got to climb, which is at 120K. You got a bit of a climb up and then into single track, and then you come back down at 130K. So it's a nice flowing course. Just it's a beautiful scenery, especially once you get out along the lakes. But just be patient, be flexible, and just all you need to do all the way is just keep eating, keep drinking, and staying on top of that, and just be flexible with everything and enjoy it. It's a long journey, it's a long ride, and look forward to seeing you guys out there after I do the 100K. It's a 4 a.m. start, so you're going to be out there for a long day, so just make the most of it. Alright, I won't bother recapping the 100K because I am the only one that's doing it, so there's no point. So the 50K is the same time start as the 100K, so it's a 7 a.m. start. And you're basically, running the 100 mile has basically, you're running the last sort of 20 or last 20k basically. But again, 50k, you're going up and down. But again, with the 50k, you just, for those that are doing your first 50k, it's just, going through the same thing, checkpoint to checkpoint to checkpoint. Don't focus about the 40k mark, the 35k mark when you're only at 5k or 10k. Just start. You got to, same as the mile, you've got to climb at the start. So after about 5k, you're going up a climb. Just, if you've got poles, use your poles. It'll take the load off. But just after half an hour, just start having a couple of drinks, starting on your nutrition as well, just so your stomach's getting used to eating. And just, again, you don't want to feel like you're racing in the first 20k. You want to get after 20k, when you leave the second checkpoint, that's when you want to start to get your momentum and start feeling that upping the tempo, because you don't want to get to that 35k mark and have 15k to go and really bonk really hard. So again, just keep focusing on checkpoint to checkpoint. You're getting some really nice single track. You're getting some open fire trail. It's a combination of both throughout the whole race, which makes Rotorua so beautiful and Tarawera so awesome. But just step by step. You got the checkpoint at 10k. Use that. You should be close to going through both bottles. So then refill your bottles. So then you got the next 11k just short, and then having 2 new bottles. And then when you leave the second checkpoint, that's when you got the longest gap, which is 13.8k. So if you're on the faster side, you might need just to take the 2 bottles. Otherwise, you might have a third one packed away, so you can have a third bottle. So you're getting in your NAC, your tailwind, your fix, whatever, and water. So you might have 2 with electrolytes, 1 with water. Having your precision hydration chews, etc. So you're trying to eat sort of every 30 minutes to 40 minutes. So you're topping up your carbs and your electrolytes. And then once you get to 35k, it's only 9k to Redwoods. So you'd basically finish off with the single track, a little bit of elevation till you get to when you're going through Redwoods, and then you pop out of Redwoods. You start dropping down, hit the last aid station, and it's the last 7k to the finish. But again, just break it down. Use your poles when you need them to offload your quads, especially if you want to use them in the first 10k. And then you've got a little bit more climbing, more so from the 21k to 35k. And then your last little climb is at about 40k. But just, before you drop down into Redwoods. But again, just eat, be flexible with... You will be hitting probably the 35k mark at the when it starts getting really hot. So it does get quite humid in Tarawera as well. So again, that's why you're keeping on top of your hydration and your nutrition. But again, just be flexible. Keep focusing on checkpoint to checkpoint and smile. Enjoy the day and have fun with all the challenges. But looking forward to seeing everybody out there and tracking along through the day. I will be away from the Thursday to Thursday, so for those that are doing Thursday sessions, just have fun and communicate on the chat groups to see who's going. This Thursday is in Ulaba, so you'll be meeting at Ulaba, and you'll be doing Ulaba Trail and around Leichhardt Lookout with the stairs, and that loop back around Ulaba. So you'll be doing 4 to 5 laps of that. So just Leichhardt Lookout, up down the stairs, and then following that trail through the lookout all the way up to Ulaba, up the hill, and then back around over the creek back to the starting point. So you'll be doing loops of that. And this Sunday there is a few people heading to the Blue Mountains to do some training for 6 foot. So there is an option if you want to go down to 6 foot and do Megalong Valley. Otherwise, there is a route option doing Mount Fork Road to Heaton and doing 2 laps of that. That'll give you some nice climbing practice. Or a Glenrock loop. There's a 15k Glenrock loop, which will just keep quite undulating, but still still getting a nice flow, not quite the hills that you would get if you're doing 6 foot, but if you're not doing 6 foot and you're doing something else, there's a nice little loop for you to do in Glenrock as well. But I'll post some more stuff next week, and hopefully you have a bit more of a podcast after Tarawera. But all the best for those that are doing Tarawera. Looking forward to seeing you out there. Everyone's had some good training. There's been a few sort of trying to overcome a couple of little niggles along the way, but just go out there and embrace it, have fun, smile. All the best for those that are doing their first 50k or their first miler. Looking forward to finishing the 100k and seeing Alicia, Nicole and Linda at the finish line. Hopefully they beat me, and then I'll jump out on course and be there for Linda, Mitch and Mark along the way as well. So all the best, guys. Travel safe, and we'll see you in the next episode of Beve, Benn. Remember the 3 Ds: desire, determination, discipline, strength and limits coaching. Thank you.